It'll be casual. We're going to lock the doors in a couple minutes so you can't leave. But no, on a serious note, if you like what you see tonight, what you do as a guest is you get more information. Is that fair enough for everybody? Simple way to take a look at it and to learn more. As they said, my name is Jim Winkler. I've been with the company, with Market America, since 1997. I actually started as a customer January 1st of 1997 of some of our supplements that we have that I really love. Was a customer for 7 months, and then a friend asked me to look at the business you're going to look at tonight. You were nicer than me because I canceled a couple times because I was busy. I had things going on. I didn't know what I was going to take a look at. At the time, I was a vice president of a company, so it required a lot of travel, it required a lot of time. But I was looking for something, and maybe that's why you came tonight. Maybe you came to be nice. In my heart, I knew I was looking for something to give me more time. That's where I was really at. And when I took a look at this business, I didn't get everything, so I'm going to tell you ahead of time. As you view this, if you understand everything I tell you, you are the smartest person to ever see this business. However, hopefully you're like I am. I saw enough that I wanted to learn more. And the more I learned, the more I thought this makes sense for me to get started. I started it on a part-time basis. My initial goal was to create a backup plan for what I was going to do. But I really fell in love with what I'm going to show you. And I tell that to people right up front. I've been doing this for 22 years. A lot of people don't do things for 22 years, do they? And especially they don't do things they love for 22 years. It's funny, sometimes people say, it's weird that you love what you do, and I say it's weird that you don't, right? Because for 22 years I get to wake up really enjoying what I do. And I tell you that ahead of time, because my biggest thing is I don't want to sell you on this. I don't want to be over excited on it. I'm going to try to give you the facts of what we do. But if I do get excited, it's been special for me. My wife and I have earned over $9 million with the company, US dollars in commissions. We have 2 family members who have gone on to be $1 million club members with it. We've retired numerous friends and family members because of the business. And we helped a lot of people make an extra $300, $600, $900 by doing this on a monthly basis as well. So I love what I do, and with that, I'm going to jump right into it and share a little bit about the company, a little bit about the products, and a little bit about the business. So should we get started?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to, don't worry about that stuff. Definitely don't worry about all that. Okay, we're good to go. All right, so when we take a look at what is Market Singapore, and I'll reference Market Singapore, Market America, sometimes as one. Market America being the parent company that started, and then now Market Singapore, which we've had open, which is, as you can see tonight, doing incredible since we actually couldn't even, we had to stop our sales on how many people could come, which created a little bit of a problem too, but I'm glad you guys all were able to get tickets and be here. Market Singapore and Shop.com provides a system for entrepreneurs to create an ongoing income, and that's going to be one of the key things I talk about, ongoing residual income, and become financially independent while providing consumers worldwide with a better way to shop. Through our technology of what we do and the power of people combining the two together, we're creating the economy of the future, and I'll show you some things to talk about what I mean by the economy of the future, because a lot of times people are affected by the economy and what happens with it. Because of what we do, we have an event, and we're powered by people just like you. You know, in today's day and age, there's a lot of things going on in the world, isn't there? There's some big changes. There's 4 major trends that are taking place, creating some of the greatest opportunities I've seen in the last 22 years while in business. One is the changes in retail stores. And I'm going to assume it's the same in Singapore, where a lot of the retail stores are struggling more than they used to. Many are closing down, and the online stores are continuing to grow and do so much better. Anything that's online with that creates a rise in online sales. And I think that's natural for what we've seen happening in the world right now. But that creates an opportunity, those two things going on. The other is one-to-one marketing replacing mass marketing. What is mass marketing? Well, mass marketing is like what we would see if we were watching television. Do any of you fast forward through commercials or skip them now on TV? You don't sit there and say, I just really want to watch a commercial. Nobody does. We skip through it or we watch something else. So let me ask you a question. If I am a TV person, if I'm the one who's paying for that advertising, how well is that advertising working with the people here? It's not working very well because you're skipping it. So what advertisers are looking for, what stores are looking for, is a way to bring products to market without guessing. See, right now they're guessing. They're hoping if we put something out there, people will come and buy, whatever kind of ad it is. But what we're doing is we're providing one-on-one marketing where we can find the customers, we can help them get the best deals on what's ordering, and the store doesn't have to pay anything until that occurs. So it falls right in line with the other big trend of what's going on with online sales. And the last one's the rise in entrepreneurship. And I know Singapore is a very entrepreneuristic country, but at the same time, it's rising all the time. More and more people want to own their own business. And more people are owning their own business because of the changes that have occurred in technology that make it so much easier to own a business. I'll tell you, it's so much easier today to own a business than when I started 22 years ago. Just crazy how much easier it is to be able to do that. Now, you heard a term I was saying, I said unfranchise. And that might sound a little unusual to you because we're used to a franchise, but what is an unfranchise? An unfranchise is based on the franchising system. There's systems, there's a way of doing things, it's uniform. Why? Because that works. Systems are what make money. You look at a McDonald's. McDonald's typically is run by who? You have a lot of younger kids in there, or sometimes now in the US we have a lot of older people working in the McDonald's as well. But when I was growing up, it was a bunch of 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds running a $1 million store, and it was succeeding. Why did it succeed? Because there were systems. There were ways to do things they followed. So we followed that same pattern. We have proven management systems, which you can track. I'll wake up tomorrow morning, I can track anything that happened in my business across the world from any of my business partners or any of my customers. There's professional marketing tools. If you're a guest and you haven't had the ability to go to shop.com, I would really recommend you go there to check out some of those marketing tools we have as well. Standardized training systems. One of the things I love about our business, I know if you get trained in Singapore, it's the same way that people are trained in Taiwan. It's the same way they're trained, I just came from Hong Kong. It's the same way they're trained in my hometown in the United States. The training system is the same, only difference is the localization maybe for the languages and such. And then there's market-driven products and services. I'm a big believer, no business is good if it doesn't have good products. I don't care how good the compensation plan is, if you do not have good, long-term, and I'm going to add another word, consumable products, you won't have a business that can thrive. We've got a business that is thriving. The company's 27 years old because of those products that we have. And then branding and increased visibility, which more and more people are learning about us. We purchased shop.com about 9 years ago, and that added tremendous visibility to what we can do. Think about the name shop.com, even to get that name, how early it had to be there. And we have the technology and the talent with that. Yet, unlike a franchise, there's no franchise fees or royalties. I looked at buying a franchise, and if anyone's ever looked at one or if anyone's ever owned one, there's typically a large upfront amount of money that you pay to own a franchise. And then you pay an ongoing amount, that's what the royalty is, to the company. Every dollar that comes in, you're paying dollars back to the franchisee. So in our business, minimal startup expenses. Most people start the business for less than this. Less than a phone. Which I think is an incredible concept, to be able to start a business and do it for less than the cost of the phone. I started my personal business in 1997 for $512. And I received over $600 of product at retail for that $512. I mentioned earlier, I've been a customer for 7 months, which means I looked at it and said I'm saving money right in the beginning, and I'm starting a business, what an incredible opportunity to be able to take a look at something like this. There's great tax advantages owning a business. There's tremendous, one of the nice things, we don't have any large monthly overhead. You can work from wherever you want to work to build the business. It's not like a traditional business where you might have overhead. I was sitting on a plane recently and I sat next to somebody. And we got talking and he was a business owner. And as we talked about business, he started telling me and complaining about his employees and about his payroll and about his overhead. And it was funny because he started asking me questions, and I said, well, that's crazy. I said, I have no employees. I have no payroll. I have no overhead. I work from my house or wherever I'm at, and I carry, the inventory I carry can fit in a box. And he looked at me and said, that's not fair. And I said, the only thing not fair is you haven't learned about it yet. And that's really the change in the world, isn't it? To be able to run a business like that and have that. There's no territorial restrictions where we can build. You can build anywhere the company's doing business. You can do it part-time. This was important to me. I had a full-time plus job when I started. So I fit this around what I was already doing so that I could get this up and going and see where it could go. So to me, there was no risk. The biggest risk I had was talking to people about it. And I'll tell you why. I didn't think the money was a risk. I mean, if your phone broke, how many of you would get a new phone in the next day? You'd figure it out, right? It wasn't the time. I was trying to find a way to get time, so I figured I'm going to have to give some time to get time. My biggest risk was if I was going to talk to somebody, I wanted to make sure I could look them in the eye and say, if you work at this, you can be successful. And the more I looked into this company, the more absolutely positive I became that I could, and that's when it really got going with it. The company itself started in 1992. We're Market America Worldwide is a global product brokerage and internet marketing company that specializes in one-to-one marketing. And I'll explain those terms as I go through the presentation. We're headquartered in Greensboro, North Carolina in the United States. We employ over 850 people worldwide, but we have over 150, probably over 160,000 unfranchised owners worldwide that we have. And those are you see the different countries we're doing business in, and we have shipping into over, I don't even know what the number is now, but over 150 countries for sure that we ship into, besides the one we have full operations in. One of the things I'm most proud of is what you see right here. We have an A+ ranking with what's called the Better Business Bureau of the United States. And what that is that's the organization that tracks, does your company do business the right way? In fact, if you have a bad ranking, you can end up in a lot of trouble in the United States with that. We have an A+ ranking. We've won the Torch Award 2 times from them for Central North Carolina, where we're based. The Torch Award is an award given to one company in the area you operate for doing business with trust and doing business with integrity. We live in a society today. What does everybody do about everything they see? They Google it. Someone said Google, right? Everybody Googles I Google everything. I Google people, right? Do you guys ever do that? Okay, I Google people, I Google businesses, and I always say if you Google us, you'll find good and you'll find bad. But if you look at the Better Business Bureau, which is the true reporting, which has to say what's real, not what somebody can write. But I call the internet the bathroom wall these days. When I was a kid, people could write on a bathroom wall and you wouldn't know who it was. Now, the Better Business Bureau gives you the accurate taste on what it really is. Look at what's happened with our company. Remember I said we create our own economy? Take a look at this right here. And this just goes from 2001. From 2001, what do you notice on that? It's an increase every single year. In fact, it's an increase every single quarter. We've had estimated accumulated retail sales of over $12 billion. I'm going to repeat that again with a B. More impressive than the $12 billion, though, is this number right here. And that's where we paid back over $6 billion of that to unfranchised owners, like the ones we have in this room that you're going to meet. Thousands of unfranchised owners earning between $375 to $4,500 per week. We have more than 500 unfranchised owners who have now earned in excess of $1 million US dollars in commissions, and then adding new $1 million earners every month. So here's the facts. It works. if you decide it's something that fits for you. You can see that by the statistics and what's happening. I don't know in Singapore how it is, but I do know how it is in most of the world. Most of the world right now, they work to the age of 65, and they get to 65. A lot of people are struggling financially. When I say struggling, meaning that to be able to retire is going to be an issue for them. Now, I have no problem with people wanting to work at 65 and older. If people want to work and love what they do, I think it's great. Keep working, keep doing it. My wife always, she jokes with me, she says, you're going to be doing this business till they put, you're going to have one foot in the grave and you'll be trying to recruit the person putting you in. And I said, I will, because I love the business and I enjoy it and I have fun with it. And if you like what you do, like I said, I think you should keep working at it and have fun with it. Unfortunately, a lot of people are working not because they want to, but because they have to. I looked at this and I said, okay, how do you get here? How do you get into this area? The statistics on that show that 74% of the people who end up in the top 5% own their own business. So you want to be a business owner, but I'm going to take it one step further. You want to own a business that doesn't own you. How many of you know people that own businesses that own them? Meaning that if they don't show up, they don't get paid, or if they can't take a week off, they're worried about their employees all the time. I wanted a business that didn't own me so I could do what I wanted to. How do we get into such a bad spot? Debt is a big area. In Singapore, are there heavy student loans? Student loans in Singapore? In the US, this is becoming a huge, in fact, it's now our number 2 largest debt in the United States is student loans. I have 6 children. We put 6 children through school with 0 debt because of this business. They will have friends over, come over to our house. We'll be eating dinner, and they will be talking about being anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 in debt by the time they come out of school. We wonder how we have problems. And then they start getting credit card offers, which they need because they're so hard in debt, car loans, mortgages. You know, you look at things like the financial security of what you would need, how much you would need to save at a 2% interest rate. $600,000 to make an extra $1,000 at 2% without touching the principal. And I see a lot of young people in here, I see a lot of different ages. When I was young, I didn't think about it. I thought, hey, you know what, I'll take care of it. It'll all take care of itself over time. You know, it's funny, when you're 20 to 30, you say, I'm going to retire at 40. When you're 30 to 40, you say, I'm going to retire at 50. When you're 40 to 50, you go, oh crap. Right? I got to take care of some of this stuff now. And you know, when you look at things like this, basic retirement sum of $83,000 in your retirement account, this will give you a monthly payout between $730 to $790. How far does that go in Singapore? That doesn't go too far, am I right? So we need to find a way. What I always tell everybody, let's see if this business could provide that extra income or a lot more of that income. So you need a plan for your own financial success. Any of these things you look at, whether it's additional income, debt reduction, a backup planner, all great. That's your personal choice of what you're looking for out of it. But this is the one that I looked at. There's a lot of ways to make money in the world, tons of ways. But there's very few ways to create residual income. And by residual income, what I mean is things I did in 1997. I want you to hear that. If you missed the presentation, hear this part. Things I did in 1997 pay me today. That's what residual income is. Customers I generated in 1997 still order from me today. That's what you want to have. And we do that through things like, as we talk about our company, how do we do that? We do that through some concepts. I mentioned product brokerage concept earlier. What's a product brokerage company? A product brokerage company means that we have hundreds of exclusive products and services. We don't have to rely on the sale of one. In fact, I'll go further. I wouldn't be involved in a company if we were a one-product company or even a one-industry company, because can things change really quickly in terms of products and industries? What we do is we go out and we look for what is hot in the marketplace. We find manufacturers to bring that out for us. Then we go and work with those manufacturers to make those products for us. And what that means is we can move very, very quickly. And and it allows us the flexibility to move with the marketplace. And I'll tell you why people like that, because it allows us to have a lot of different categories. You look at things like health and nutrition. How many people think that's an area that's going to continue to grow over the next 10, 20, 30 years? Age management. I'm going to guarantee you, all my kids, until they hit 21, they wanted to be older. Once they hit 21, they wanted to be younger again, right? So age management's going to continue. Baby and children's care, I think there's going to continue to be children, don't you? Weight management. I don't care how thin you are, almost everybody I meet wants to lose another pound or two. Cosmetics, I love that because it's recession-proof, isn't it? I always say we have a horrible recession. Things go, the economy's doing badly. Ladies, will you give up your cosmetics? No. You may stop eating, but you will look good either way, right? Automotive, personal care, home and garden, internet services, shopping annuity brand. Why do people like it together? Let me ask you a question. I have this up here. What is this? It's a what? Phone, right? Is it? What do we use it for? Let's think about what we use it for. Well, for us, we use it for GPS. So, which used to buy a Garmin. Remember that? So we use it for GPS everywhere we go. We put it in our phone. It's my flashlight. Anybody use this for their flashlight? How about their music? Oh, you guys, it's similar. Okay. How about your calculator?
Yes.
Yes. How about taking pictures?
Yes.
Videos?
Yes.
Okay, those were all industries, weren't they? All industries that have been decimated because they wanted to put it all in one area. In fact, what do we use this the least for? Talking to people. It's the last thing we use it for, isn't it? It's funny when you really start to think about it. In fact, it's our computer, it's our Rolodex, it's everything we used to have all these different things for. It's our calendar, all together. And you know why people like it? Because it's all together. Why do people like our business? Because it's all together. You have the ability to find what you want all together. As an internet marketing company, we have thousands of partner stores as well. So on top of our exclusive products, we have partner stores. No cost to register as a customer, so it's free, and our customers can earn cash back. We have a concept called the shopping annuity. This would be the second concept I'll talk about. And this concept right here, we are already, what it basically says is we're already spending money, why not get paid for it? And that's really what we're looking at. So we have a way to take money you're already spending, put it through our business, and now turn that around and be tracked so that can lead to pay you commissions, and you receive 100% credit for those purchases, and you can help customers earn cash back. So if we were just, if I were here and I were just saying, okay, we have a 45-year plan, we have a 2 to 3 year plan, and they both worked, which would you guys pick? I'd pick the 2 to 3. If they both didn't work, which would you pick? I'd pick the 2 to 3. So really the only question we have is, would you like to see how the 2 to 3 year plan works tonight? Okay? I'm going to turn around. If anybody wants to leave, leave. If not, I'm going to assume you want to stay. Okay, let's go. There's 5 steps to build an unfranchised business. With those 5 steps, I'm going to go through each one individually. Apply, create, qualify, activate, teach, manage, and support other teammates. Step 1 is apply. When you apply to the business, there's 2 ways you can do that. You can do it as a sales representative, where you have the ability to earn retail profits and use our global meeting and training seminar system. But you don't get all the other things you get as an unfranchised owner, which include a personal shop.com site, which include additional websites to market your business, which include unfranchised management reports, and the ability, probably the most importantly, the ability to participate in our compensation plan and be able to earn commissions. Now, I will tell you, both ways are great. I have recommended to people I have introduced to the business how to become an unfranchised owner. Because the one thing that it doesn't show here, you can't create residual income as a sales representative. You can create residual income as an unfranchised owner. It's a very interesting concept. What I'm showing you is an asset. This business, for Lisa and I, my wife and I, We have it in our estate, in our will. If something would happen to the two of us, what we have built, which pays us weekly, will then go to our children and continue to pay them because it's built as an asset. So a very important thing, but that only happens if you're an unfranchised owner. That subscription's going to include a Getting Started guide. You're going to receive an unfranchised manual. And the Getting Started guide takes you through, a lot of times people start a business, and the first question is, what do I do, right? The Getting Started guide takes you through, what do I do right away? And your teammate would sit down with you and go through that, your teammates, and share with you what to do. There's an unfranchised manual, there's a digital unfranchised magazine that comes out. We have a training and seminar system, which I'm going to talk about more even at the end. But it is a great way for someone like myself, who had zero entrepreneurial experience. I'd never owned a business. My biggest fear was, I don't know how to run a business, I don't know how to operate a business, but I had a team of people and I had a system that was already in place so I could learn how to do it. Sort of like the kids running the McDonald's and doing very, very well. I was that one who didn't know what to do, but I can follow a system very well. We have an audio training series, which is right in your phone. You have the ability to listen to. We have the management reports I talked about. And then coaching and mentoring. I think one of the most important things in the world is coaching and mentoring by experienced franchise owners. So I saw a lot of guests here tonight, and all the guests you came with somebody here tonight. But what I want you to understand is you may have a whole bunch of other future teammates. Some may be in the room, some may be in other countries or other areas that would also be coaching and helping you. I've always believed success leaves clues. This allows you to get that help and know how to do it. And by the way, I always tell the guests at this point, you should thank the person who invited you. Because whoever invited you has been trained not to invite people they don't like. Okay? So somebody at least likes you a little. Because we get to pick our own team. We get to pick the people we want to work with. So we coach people to invite the people that they would like to be in business. It's what I did when I started my business. The first people I introduced to were people I liked, that I'd like to be around more. Because it was the first time in my life I had the ability to do that. Step 2 is to create business volume. Business volume is a point, a point total, a point value that's associated with our exclusive products. So all these exclusive products, all these different categories, we have a point value associated with them. It's typically somewhere between 70 to 80% of a dollar, okay? Now, you look at these different categories. I've already mentioned health and nutrition, but you see some of our isotonic products. The isotonic products are a powder-based supplement you add with water, and then you would actually drink. First product I ever started on. Friends had me, I asked them if I could try it, because it was when you put the powder with water, it becomes a liquid. My first thought is, a liquid vitamin, if this tastes bad, there is no way I'm going to be able to drink it. It's refreshing, it gets into your system quicker, you actually get what you pay for, and probably one of the most important things is you'll notice a difference. So you have great supplements, weight management, baby and children's care, and then anti-aging, or age management, as I talked about before. Our Modus cosmetic line by Lauren Ryder, our top-notch cosmetic line. Our fixed hair care products, our Illuminated V for women and for men in a skincare line. And then our Royal Spa line of personal care products that we have as well. And then, wrapping it up a little bit with some of our home care products, our pet care products, our auto care products, and then we have our web solutions as well as part of our internet services. Again, taking all those things and putting it together. Now, as a guest, I know one of the fears that sometimes happens. You just saw a whole bunch of categories, and you start thinking, do I have to know everything? Here's the answer. Absolutely no. When I started, I had been a customer. I was on 3 products. Guess what I focused on my first year of business? 3 products. Okay? But I got the advantage of buying all the things I showed you. I could get all those at cost. So I could save a tremendous amount of money if I wanted to try them. And as a business owner, to me, that was common sense. If you own a business, why wouldn't you try the products in your business, replace them in your home, and create more volume while you're doing that? Because any business in the world gets paid, that's successful, gets paid on volume. Isn't that true? So that's just what I did. And then over time, I started to learn some of the different areas. But I'll tell you, to this day, I don't know everything about every product line we have, and I'm the vice president of sales for the company. But I don't have to. Because the other thing I loved about this, I have people who love website sales. They love talking about moving websites or web solutions. If I have somebody who's naturally great at this, can I partner with them? Yes, but do I have to know it? Okay. I know this is going to be astounding to you, but I don't have a lot of makeup on. Can I still work with people who do well with makeup? Yes. I have a number of professional makeup artists, some to stars, in my organization. They're great at what they do. I'm great at what I do, which is I like to share the business. We can take our talents and combine them. And that's really what you're seeing here with all these different categories. Step 2 is create also internet business volume. And you can take a look at all these different stores that you may already purchase from, already buy from. How would you like to get paid back on those stores that you buy from right now? For the guests, you know, first time I was looking at this, one of the things I thought, the only difference between me and the people making money is they knew about it. Because they're figuring out how to get paid. If you can get paid on places you're already shopping now, your percentages here are going to be a lot smaller than our exclusive products. It might be 4%, it might be 8%, it might be 11%. So it's not the 70 to 80% like the business volume, but now you're getting paid on what you're doing anyway on top of that. So how do we create BV and IBV? So we've talked about the 2 different compensation plans. How do we create them? We use our own products and we shop from our own site. That's a no-brainer. Second thing, once we've learned about it, think about this. Once you've learned about it and you've used it, if you enjoy it, does that mean then it's a good time to share it with other people? So you share the products with other people and you share the business, share the shopping site with other people. I've always told people, if you do this smart, you'll work with your team and you get people in front of them very quickly to talk about the products, you can start this business and be operating a profit very, very quickly. I know in the United States it takes 5 to 7 years, the average business, traditional business, to turn a profit. Okay, is it about the same in Singapore? Similar, any accountants in the room, they would know. But here I tell people, if you do this right, you're going to be turning a profit within 60 to 90 days because you're going to be generating so many customers to get it going. From there, it's one-to-one marketing, and it goes for our thousands of partner stores. We have a unique concept called Shop By. I think someone leaned on a light. It's romantic, but let's keep it on. Very nice of everybody. And Shop Buddy actually will go on your computer, will track when customers go to stores, so it will let them know that they can earn cash back, or it'll let us as business owners know that we can create IBV. And then we've got some products called our shopping annuity branded products we've started coming out with. What the company did, it took a look and it said, you know, there's some great products out there that people use every day, that people are getting from stores, and they're only getting 5 or 6% IBV. So we looked at it and we said, how about if we can take those same products, we'll buy them in bulk, we'll private label them, and now we'll get 50 to 60% BV or IBV with them. So there's our shopping annuity branded products. We have trial size marketing where we have an individual size products so people can have those to try with their customers. And then one of my favorite things is taking online orders and reorders. Sometimes I'm doing a presentation like this and I get done and I've got an order. I can see it right on my phone for an order of products. And I always say, if you can't get paid when you're sleeping, you don't have the right business. I want you to think about that. If you can't get paid when you're sleeping, you don't have the right business. Our business is open 24/7 because the website is always there. Sometimes I'm at home and I'm taking a nap, and my wife will wake me up, and I'll say, honey, leave me alone, I'm working. And she goes, that doesn't work with me. Okay? So all those ways. Now, step 3 is qualify your business. You qualify your business with an opening order of products. You could go through, you could pick and choose 200 BV of products that you like and want to use. When you pick and choose 200 BV, that will then allow your business to be what we call qualified, which means it allows it to add up the points towards commission. So it allows it to add up points. You want to qualify your business as soon as you can. I qualified mine the day I started my business. The way I would recommend for a lot of people to look at it now is we have something called a Fast Start program. That Fast Start program would be $550. It would get you, you could pick which category you may have an interest in. You'll get everything I've talked about, but you'll also get a great assortment of products to start off with. It's a value package. It includes the $164.95 subscription fee, so that's included in there when you start. And that's again why I go back and I say today, it actually costs less to start the business today than it did in 1997, which is incredible when you think of how everything else has changed in price, and you can get your own business up and started, qualified, and ready to go. Step 4 is activate a business. You activate a business by identifying some people you want to work with. And again, let's keep this really simple. You've learned about the products, you've learned about the site, now you want to expand so that it generates more simple concept. You identify initially 2 people that you want to work with. 2 people that you want to work with. Is there a guest in the front row I could ask a question or 2 of? I won't ask anything weird. Any guests in the front row or 2 that would allow me to talk to them? Someone help me here. Come on. Could I ask you? Okay, you got pointed at. What's your first name? Caleb? Caleb? Caleb. Okay, Caleb. Let's say sometime in the future, you said, okay, this is something I would like to do. And I'm going to assume you came with the person who pointed at you. Okay. So you came, you would sit down, they would be coaching you, they'd say, identify some people you like. And like I said before, remember I said we pick people we like and then you'd like to work with. Can you give me 2 first names, only first names of people you like that I can pronounce? What? David? David and Michael. Perfect. Excellent. So David and Michael. Now everybody here expects I'm going to say, well, he's going to call up David. He's going to say, I found a great new business concept. And David's going to say, that sounds incredible. I want to get started. Is that how it works? No. David might be excited. David might say, I want to learn about it. But David also might be what? He might be skeptical. He might say, hey, I'll look into it, but I'm not sure about owning a business like that. Michael, on the other hand, might be completely negative. Are people ever negative? Yeah, why? Some of you are here. Why? Why can somebody be negative? Because they don't know what it is. Because they're thinking, the number one thing I hear when I show this business plan is that's not what I thought I was going to see. Because they're comparing it to something they think it is. And the only reason I tell the guests in the room that is I don't want to leave a false, I'm being straight up with you guys. This is the way it works. Some people will be excited, some will be skeptical, some will be a little negative. People ask me, I built the business up to where I was earning over $2,000 a week in my first year. How do I do it? Whether they're excited, whether they're skeptical, or whether they're negative, I said, sit down with me, take a look at it. And all I want you to do is to find a way. This won't work if you put 10 to 15 hours a week into it. 10 to 15 hours a week into the business, let me coach you and tell me how it won't work. And it didn't matter at that point whether they're excited, skeptical, or negative because the business plan makes so much sense. I can't get those names in that fast, Caleb, so we'll use Mark and Kate, okay? All right, so the big thing for Caleb right now is he's got a left and a right side of his business. A left and a right side of his business. If I confuse you the rest of the way, here's what I want you to remember. Left and right and 1, 2. How many people, we can remember that, right? Left, right, 1, 2. That'll get you started. Your team will be coaching you on here. We're building 2 organizations from this point. By the way, Caleb, who are you here with today? What's your first name? Raymond? Raymond. Okay. How hard has Raymond worked the last half hour or so? He hasn't done anything, has he? He's sitting there. He stayed awake. He's smiling. Thank you. Here's the point I'm trying to make. What's Raymond doing tonight? He's working smart. He's leveraging. He's not doing everything on his own. See, this is smart business. And that's why I'm always going to talk about working smart rather than hard. I believe in hard work, but I believe if you work hard and you don't work smart, you'll just be tired. Okay, so you have to do both. And he's creating leverage. So Raymond didn't have to show the business plan tonight. Now, whoops, let me go back one here. As Mark and Kate come in the business, Caleb, you don't have to show everything immediately. You're going to depend on your teammates to work with you and do that. You're going to depend on the business presentations like we have tonight, where you can bring people. So between your team and the system, you can introduce the business and you can take notes and you can learn it while you're doing it. That's a great thing to be able to have at your fingertips. Because all we're going to do with Mark and Kate is we're going to repeat this process and try to support and help them identify their 2 people to get started. And here's the truth of it. Some people will move faster, some will move slower, some will be generating huge customers, some will be identifying more business partners. It'll vary depending on the person that you're working with. But here's what will happen. People will lead to people. Mark and Kate will start to lead to other people, and they'll lead to other people. When I was sitting where you guys are sitting, all I was thinking about was who I knew. After I started the business, I started to realize that my guy, Mark, he knew hundreds of people I didn't know. And all we had to look for was people who wanted more time or more money. And as we identified Megan, Megan knew hundreds of people I didn't know. So I just worked with Megan.